Okay, so now moving on with section 5, still on exam 1, our second to last video. This page 8, yes, okay. So for these, we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We have 6 properties, A through F. So you need to sketch the graph of the function, y equals f of x. So for these, I will go ahead and start in the middle, so it will be easier since there's more, properties to these. It will help us guide us throughout the way. So we can go ahead and do it. So as limit x is approaching 4 from the left, f of x is infinity. So we know that we have 4 here. It said from the left, it's negative. So I won't write that down or sketch it just yet. Let's keep on reading. Limit x is approaching 4 from the right, f of x is negative infinity. Okay, so f of 4 equals 2. So we can go ahead and mark that down, and then we'll be back once we do D. So as limit x is approaching negative 3 from the left, f of x equals 6. So on negative 3, so we're going to have, for now, just leave them as open circles and then fill them in. What I've noticed, like C and D, since we're given from the left and right, your points are going to be filled in when it says f of something at last. So then when it includes limits, I usually leave the circles open. And then when it just says f of something, that's when you close your circles. So now we have limit negative 3 from the right, f of x equals 2. So we can go ahead and leave that one open as well. So 3. Okay, and then f of negative 3 equals negative 2. You see, in that one, we can go ahead and close the circle. And then going back to limit x approach, or C, going back to C, limit x approaching 4 from the left, it's going to be, what does that say? It says positive infinity. So we'll be back with that one. Okay, now doing E. As limit x is approaching 6, f of x is 0. I'm going to be an open circle. So x at 0. Oh no, that was supposed to be closed, sorry. I thought about it, but I didn't say it out loud, so I got confused. 6, 0, and then f of x, or f of 6 is undefined, which makes sense because it's an open circle. And then f is f of 0 equals 3, so that we know it's going to be a closed circle. It doesn't include a limit, and it's a value given. Now going back to A, as limit x is approaching negative infinity, f of x is equal to negative infinity. So you know negative infinity is over here. And then, okay, let's come back to that one. And then limit x approaching positive infinity, f of x equals 2. So with that information given, we know we have horizontal asymptote, because in this case y equals f of x. So y equals 2. So that must mean we have a horizontal asymptote there. So this is hard to see. And we're going to go ahead and label. You always need to label, well, no, not x. Y equals 2. I don't know why I took that. Forever to answer. So now, so I also forgot to mention that when we are given like C and D, when we're given values like that, like with many properties, or when limits are approaching, with many properties from when we're given left and right, that means we're going to have a restriction or a vertical asymptote, in this case at 4 and negative 3. So we can go ahead and mark those down. So -3. It's kind of hard to see. Okay. So now that'll help us guide us even more now, since I totally forgot that we had restrictions there. Okay, now we can apply those limits. So as limit x approaching 4 from the left, f of x is infinity. So from the left, it's infinity. So just go ahead and mark it like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then from the right, as x approaching 4 from the right, it's going to be negative infinity. So it's going to be somewhere over here. And now D is x approaching negative 3 from the left. Negative 3 from the left. And we do have that asymptote, horizontal asymptote, which you can cross. So it's going to be, let me check. So we're at negative 3. F of x equals 6. Okay, yeah, we did those. So we did f of x, okay. Okay, let's go back to A and B since we already did E and F. So limit x approaching negative infinity, f of x is negative infinity. So, okay, let's do B because I forgot to mark that one down. So limit x approaching negative 7, f of x equals f of negative 7 equals 0. Okay. So now that's going to be a closed circle. We're going to go ahead and label our points in a little. So I can kind of see it. Okay. We're just missing our left side, which is going to be our A. So we have limit x approaching negative infinity, f of x equals negative infinity. So like I said, we're able to cross our horizontal asymptote, and it's kind of going to look like that. Okay, it looks a little bad, but negative 7, 0. This was negative 3, 6. And then this one was negative 3. What is that? 2. And this one negative 3, negative 2. And then we have this one, 0, 3. And now we can connect them. Okay, and then let's make this one a little bigger so you can see it. And this is going to be 6, 0. And then, yeah, so then we can go ahead and connect this one. And then it's approaching 2, so we're getting somewhat close. Okay, and that is what our graph looks like. Okay, thank you.